Tumutok sa 1134 kHz AM sa inyong mga radyo at manood online. I-like at i-share ang AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. Ito ang DWDD Armed Forces Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP Radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Authorities neutralized 5 suspected militants in Lanao del Norte. AFP mobilizes for Tropical Storm Christine response. Signal number 3 remains over 16 areas as Tropical Storm Christine slows down. DSWD releases 2.3 million worth of aid nationwide.
Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Thursday, October 24, and we will bring you the latest news from the Armed Forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Rob Suzon, this is Jai Simpahon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
5 members of a suspected criminal group were killed in an armed encounter with the government forces in Sultan Naga de Mapuro, Lanao del Norte yesterday. The clash occurred as Joint Task Force Zampelan and the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group served arrest warrants on alleged members of a DI-affiliated group. The firefight led by group leader Uya Dama lasted around 30 minutes. Uya Dama was killed along with 4 others, while 1 member was wounded and another was captured. No government casualties were reported and troops recovered several firearms and explosives from the militants.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And 14 Philippine Air Force reservists in Basco, Batanes took swift action to aid for Tropical Storm Christine. Working with local residents and other uniformed services, the reservists reinforced homes and secured structures to minimize potential storm damage. The PAF reservists' proactive efforts highlight their readiness and dedication to humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. As the storm rages other regions, the Philippine Air Force remains on alert, prepared to assist communities in need.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
Now let us hear a reporter on the ground about 4th Marine Brigade conducts a successful literal live fire exercise during Kamandag 08-24. Go on for the details, Jade.
Usog Brigade successfully conducted a littoral live fire exercise in the coastal water of Burgos, Ilocos Norte. This is part of Kamandag 08-24. The exercise involved 105mm howitzer and V300 fire support vehicle mounted with 90mm cannons, guided by forward observers for precision. The drill showcased that Philippine Marine Corps readiness in coastal defense and littoral maneuvers, simulating a response to a national foreign aggressor attempting to land on Philippine shores. This is Jade reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jay.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Armed Forces of the Philippines has mobilized its forces and resources to provide immediate humanitarian assistance and disaster response as Tropical Storm Christine impacts various regions. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. confirmed that troops are coordinating with local government units and the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council for rescue and relief operations, especially in flood-affected areas. With the Philippine Army, Navy, and Air Force and international partners involved, the AFP is prepared to assist communities throughout the storm and its aftermath.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority Southern Leyte, in collaboration with the 14th Infantry Battalion and the 1st Southern Leyte Provincial Mobile Force Company, conducted a one-day basic solar installation training for members of the Integrated Peace and Development Workers Association. The training equipped participants with essential skills in solar panel installation and maintenance, supporting their reintegration into society as peace-building advocates. This initiative highlights the commitment of TESDA, the Army, and the Philippine National Police to empower former rebels with marketable skills for a productive future.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about 6th Field Artillery Battalion joins tree planting effort to set Guinness World Record in North Cotabato. Go ahead, Gina.
Yes, Jai, personnel from Bravo Destroyer Battery, 6th Field Artillery Battalion participated in a tree planting activity in Poblacion Carmen, North Cotabato. The event was organized by the Department of Science and Technology in Region 12 that aimed to set a new Guinness World Record for the most people planting bamboo trees simultaneously and saw participation from various units of the 602nd Infantry Brigade. The initiative not only promotes environmental protection but also strengthens community ties and fosters solidarity among participants. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Calatrava Mayor Marilyn Era suspended classes in 5 remote barangays following an armed encounter between Army soldiers and New People's Army remnants, led by Roger Fabiliar, who has a 1 million peso bounty. The clash occurred in Sitio Agtutoguas sa Barangay Winaswasan between 7 NPA members and the 79th Infantry Battalion, supported by the 1st Negros Occidental Police Mobile Force. No government casualties were reported, but classes were suspended to ensure the safety of students in affected areas.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National News.
16 areas remained under tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 as severe tropical storm Christine gradually decelerated this morning. According to Pag-asa, Typhoon Christine is moving northwestward over northern Luzon. Some of the areas under signal number 3 are Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Kalinga, northern portion of Zambales, and La Union. Meanwhile, signal number 2 is raised in some areas such as Bulacan, Pampanga, Metro Manila, Babuyan Island, and the rest of Aurora.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in from Rof Suzon about 201st Infantry Brigade mobilizes for disaster response amid tropical storm Christine. Rof?
Personnel from the 201st Infantry Kabalikat Brigade, along with the 16th, 81st, and 85th Infantry Battalions, swiftly conducted disaster response operations for affected barangays across various municipalities in Quezon Province, Camarines Norte, and the 1st District of Camarines Sur. That said initiative was in response to the severe impact of Tropical Storm Christine. Also, the troops maintained close coordination with local governments and agencies to provide essential assistance to communities impacted by the storm. Their operations focus on ensuring residents' safety by facilitating evacuations from heavily affected areas and conducting clearing operations on storm-damaged roads. Moreover, the 201st Infantry Brigade remains committed in supporting the affected populations, ensuring order and safeguarding lives in their operational areas. This is Ralph Suzon reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Rolf Suzon.
DWDD National News.
And the water level of the Marikina River has risen after the heavy downpour in Metro Manila. The Marikina Public Information Office posted earlier today that the Marikina River is at first alarm. As of 4 a.m., the water level is at 15.1 meters. Because of this, all Mangahan floodgates have been opened.
DWDD National News.
And the slow movement of severe tropical storm Christine caused heavy rains and flooding in the Bicol region. According to Pagasa weather specialist Loredin de la Cruz Galicia, Christine moved slowly as it approached the Philippine landmass and its radius covered the Bicol region and some parts of Quezon. Samar was also very exposed to rains. De la Cruz Galicia added that the concentration of the rains is in the southwest and western portions of the country, so these areas are affected.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
From First CRG, let us hear some information from Meljoy about families from coastal towns evacuate as Typhoon Christine batters Isabela. Meljoy?
Yes, Joy, families from coastal towns and other towns in Isabela were evacuated to evacuation centers due to the impact of Typhoon Christine in the province. Lieutenant Colonel Melvin Asuncion, Division Public Affairs Officer Chief of the 5th Infantry Star Division Philippine Army, said that 61 families with the equivalent of 216 individuals were evacuated from the coastal town of Divilacan, while 16 families were evacuated from the town of Palanan. Moreover, 12 families were evacuated in the town of Gamu, 1 family in the town of Ichage, and 1 family in the town of Jones, which is equivalent to 6 people from Barangay Linumot. The 5th Infantry Division leadership continues to call on the public to be alert and listen to the advices and notifications of the authorities. Lieutenant Colonel Asuncion also stated that as of the afternoon of October 21, 2024, their leader has issued an order to be alert and prepare equipments that can be used for responding during the onslaught of Typhoon Christine. This is Meljoy Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy.
DWDD National News.
And work in government offices and classes at all levels in Luzon have been suspended today, according to Malacanang. The announcement was made on Wednesday night by Executive Secretary Lucas Persami. Meanwhile, suspension of work for private companies and offices is left to the discretion of their respective heads. Palace also directed the agencies involved in the delivery of basic and health services, preparedness, or response to disasters and calamities to continue their operations and render the necessary service.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Social Welfare and Development have released more than 2.3 million worth of aid amid the onslaught of Tropical Storm Christine. DSWD spokesperson Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said the food and non-food items have been provided to the affected local government units, specifically in the provinces of Albay, Camarines Sur, and Sorsogon in Bicol Region, Bacolod City in Region 6, and North Cotabato in Sorsogon. Dumlao added that repacking of food packs continues as the National Resources Operations Center in Pasay City to ensure sufficient stocks.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Beth about JTF NCR mobilizes for Typhoon Christine response in Metro Manila. Beth?
The Joint Task Force National Capital Region of the Armed Forces of the Philippines is on high alert and fully prepared to deploy and respond to Typhoon Christine. In coordination with local government unit in GTF NCR has activated its Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Response Team, Disaster Response Unit, and reserve force to provide rescue, relief, and rehabilitation support. This swift mobilization highlights its commitment and safeguarding the well-being of Metro Manila residents during the typhoon. This is Beta Nieta reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ordered the activation of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement sites across the country for relief and rescue operations in areas affected by Tropical Storm Christine. The president said that the EDCA sites must be used by the Armed Forces of the Philippines to airlift the relief goods, personnel, and equipment, especially in areas with impassable road networks. Marcos also said the AFP is continuing to monitor the situation so that the government will be able to activate the EDCA sites, which he said were put there specifically for this purpose. The chief executive further assured the public that government personnel would be deployed as soon as possible to areas severely affected by the inclement weather.
DWDD National News.
About 240 stranded passengers have been stranded at the Batangas port as trips were suspended due to the onslaught of severe tropical storm Christine. The waves were hitting the pier and the water reached the front of the passenger terminal and parking area. It may soon be dangerous for the stranded passengers to stay at the port if the situation worsens later in the evening. But Batangas Port Manager Joselito Sena Cruz explained that since the stranded passengers had no shelter, they were allowed to enter and stay in the terminal. He emphasized that the top management has a directive to prepare evacuation in case the wave gets stronger and higher because it is able to enter here.
DWDD National News. Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Ferdy. About 20th Infantry Battalion joins Northern Summer's Kauswagan Caravan to serve remote barangays. Ferdy?
Good day everyone. The 20th Infantry Battalion, in partnership with the Provincial Government of Northern Samar and the Northern Samar Police Provincial Office, participated in the Kauswagan Caravan in Barangay Gilawang, Lawang, Northern Samar. The event provided essential services to the families of 6 barangays, including medical checkups and legal consultations and distribution of food packs and school supplies. Governor Edwin Ochuan led the caravan, which supports the government's efforts under the LCAC initiative to bring vital services to remote and disadvantaged communities, fostering development and engagement in the province. This is Ferdy Blues reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
And the crime rate from January 1 to October 18 this year is 8.43% lower than the same period last year. Philippine National Police spokesperson Police Brigadier General Jean Fajardo said there were 152,024 crime incidents tallied during the period, down from 166,013 last year. Of the 8 illegal acts classified by the PNP as focus crimes such as murder, homicide, physical injury, rape, theft, robbery, car theft, and motorcycle theft, only homicide has risen in the given period while the rest declined. Fajardo added that 18.9 billion pesos worth of illegal drugs have been seized during the period.
DWDD National News.
And Cebu Pacific said it has recovered nearly all of the left-behind luggage at Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3. It added that normal baggage handling operations at NAIA Terminal 3 have been restored. Cebu PAC earlier said the baggage handling issue has been going on since October 18. On October 20, it reported that the issue affected 400 out of 65,000 passengers who flew on that day.
DWDD National News.
And for our final news, the Philippines is no longer part of the top 5 nations with the highest numbers of unvaccinated children. The World Health Organization and the United Nations Children's Fund, or UNICEF, commended the Philippine government for reducing the number of children without a single dose of vaccine in the country. They also lauded the success of the school-based immunization program, which aims to vaccinate 4.8 million children enrolled in public school against measles, rubella, tetanus, diphtheria, and human papillomavirus. UNICEF expressed commitment to supporting the government and its partners in sustaining this progress so that every child in the Philippines can live a healthy life.
DWDD National News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. This is Jai Simbahan for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Ay kawal ng ating bayan, giting ay tinataglay. Sa oras na ako'y kinailangan, nakahandang ihadlang ang buhay. Tapang namin ay napatunayan sa gubat at larangan. Luzon, Mindanao at Visayas man, sa Bataan, Korea at Vietnam. Buong loob na lumulusog, kalasag ng matatag na republika. Kung lot pawis ay di alintana, sa kasama ay laking tiwala. Tatag ng kawal ay lakas ng bansa, kaya palaging maghanda. Sa katunggali makikibaka, bakit mahal namin ang bandila. Buong loob na lumulusog, kalasag ng matatag na republika. Kung lot pawis ay di alintana, sa kasama ay laking tiwala. Tatag ng kawal ay lakas ng bansa, kaya pala